tragic news. I don't think there's anybody that has felt good about how we're leaving Afghanistan, but the news that there's been an actual terrorist attack by ISIS in Kabul, it really just puts a pall on your day.
Yeah, no, it's been tough to watch, and I've said all along and have been vocal in my angst, and it's not because we weren't supposed to get out of the country, but it's the way in which we've done it, and clearly, Joe Biden has had a long career in public service. I said the other day, when a Democrat friend of mine was asking, well, how is he handling it this poorly? And I said, well, look, you don't be in politics for 30 years and then forget how to be a politician, right?
Yeah.
There's something else going on here. I think the fact that he stands in a moment like this where Marines are dying, where Americans are dying, when Americans can't get out of the country, and he stands in front of a teleprompter and just reads kind of lifelessly, that scares me. And it's not because I think the guy's a bad guy. It's not because I think the guy, has any sort of nefarious motives here. I just don't think he's able to grasp the magnitude of the moment. And that's a little scary for the country.
I've always rolled my eyes, I've never bought into that. Maybe Joe Biden is older or has got something where he just can't maybe do this. I have to say, I believe he cares. I believe he's a good man.
Yeah.
You can't start to rule that out when you see how poorly this was done, and his response there's something's not right.
Yeah, when you have something like this happening in the Middle East, and you have a president that the only thing he's capable of doing is coming out and reading a statement lifelessly and walking back into his hole, that is not what the country needs right now. You have an absent vice president. You literally have no one running the country. And you have these things that you're seeing in the news, and it's just sad. I'm not rooting against Joe Biden. I want Afghanistan to work. I want us to get out of there. If that's the play that we've made, let's get out of there and let's get our folks out of there and move on. But the reality is, in some situations, you've got these people that literally want to watch the world burn and hate everything that America stands for. And so at the end of the day, part of our foreign policy strategy has to be to understand that you're either going to have to let these folks run a certain part of the country, part of the world, or you're going to have to blow them off the face of the planet. And there's really the idea now that there's some sort of middle ground as you've watched this happen.
We have a naivete
scary
in America, though, that we think everybody wants to be Chesterfield or Lee Summit, when in reality, those folks don't want to live like us.
Yeah, no, and that's
they
right.
They don't want democracy. That's not what they want.
We think that everybody sees the world the way that we do, and that's just not right. And clearly, the folks in the Taliban, literally the second that the United States made this decision, they were there. They had been planning for this. They knew exactly what was going on.
Their home?
And they threw a few quotes out there that made the news media, who's generally sympathetic to weird stuff, think, oh, maybe they're not as bad as they used to be. And clearly that was all planned, and we fell right into their hands.